Hey, Nakobe, how you doing, man? Can you hear me? Good, good, good. Hey, looked like a lot of the night it was just let them beat you kind of underneath and not go over the top or anything. Was that kind of the game plan tonight?
It kind of was, yeah. Let them have a little deep and think throws underneath, just break the top. This kind of was game plan.
Augustus Stone, you can go.
Thank you. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Hey, Nakobe, how are you doing? I want to know kind of how did you guys, throughout the first three quarters, it was kind of tough watching, Mississippi State just consistently get those short yardage passes. How did you not get frustrated? How did you stay patient is something that coach brought up a lot, and then eventually lock them down in the fourth quarter and end the game.
Basically, our whole thing was stay patient. Stay patient. Don't definitely don't bite on underneath because if we jumped underneath, that was going not good deep point in the middle of the field. So patience was key for real this game.
Okay, next we're gonna go with Lance McCurley and then Ryan Luperillo. I don't know what you're saying.
Nakobe, were you guys prepared to face Rogers after maybe preparing more for Costello earlier on in the week?
Well, we kind of expected Rogers. We expected him to come out there. We probably, well, I won't say he definitely played great. He played great. Played out there. He managed their offense well and everything like that. So we definitely, but we game plan for both of the quarterbacks.
Ryan, you can go.
Who was it?
Ryan. Starts with an L. Okay, if Ryan doesn't want to do a question, then we can go with Connor Riley.
Hey, Nakobe, how frustrating was it for you guys to sort of play the defense you wanted to play, and they're coming out and still getting those 5-6 yards chunks on first and second down?
Well, I won't say it was too much frustrating. You just had to kind of keep your composure and, like we said, just stay patient now. We know we had to execute better. Other than that, I feel like we stayed patient and everything well during the game and just listen to our game plan and play.
So then what, if anything, changed sort of in the second half there where you seemed to really start getting stops?
Executed better, really. That would change the most. We know we got to execute better. And I do kind of put that strictly on the shoulders of the linebackers and the leaders of the defense. So we know we got to execute better and play better.
Okay, are there any other further questions for Nakobe?
I have one more. Hey, Nakobe, what kind of effect did JT Daniels have on you guys tonight and him sort of making the throws that he did on the team?
He had a major effect. When the offense come out there and do that and score like that and make big plays like that, it takes a tremendous amount of pressure off the defense. So and just see how patient and how he didn't complain and everything like that through this whole process and how he waited his turn and how he took big advantage of that, really, really had a big effect on us and how we see him, really.
Nakobe, what was it like facing an air raid offense without Richard LeCount behind you?
Well, I never faced one, so it was a little different. It was a little different than what we used to game planning for. So that was really it.
All right, any further questions for Nakobe? All right, thanks, Nakobe.
See.
All right, up next, guys, we're going to have Lewis Cine. Alrighty, we're going to start with Ryan Dennis and then Augustus Stone.
Lewis, have you ever had a more perfect pass hit your hands before?
Good.
You had a ball right in your hands. What was that like?
Oh, man. I should have just secured the ball first before I try to run with it. So that's what went wrong.
Well, how much pressure was on y'all, knowing the kind of attack that Mississippi State brought in?
We know that that they love to throw the ball, and the thing with them is it's hard to play man against them. So we try to force do eight drop, zone, see where the quarterback is throwing the ball, so we can just break on it. And they made some good throws, but at the end, we came on top.
Hey, Lewis, I wanted to know just kind of, in the defensive backfield, how much
Jamari,
sorry, Lance, can you mute? I can't hear myself. I'm sorry. Thank you. Okay. Hey, Lewis. So I wanted to know kind of how much leadership have you had to take on with Richard LeCount's absence?
Yeah, of course. I'm quite different from, what Richard brings to the table as in leadership wise. Richard's more vocal and, speaks his mind and stuff. I'm more like action type guy where I more just do instead of talk or any of that. I'm more action. But I feel like my way of taking leadership was just communicating with the other guys on the field, making sure a lot of us are on the same page and we're not doing different assignments. We're on the same page.
All right, up next, we're going to go with Lance McCurley and then Seth Rainey.
Sorry about that, Augusta. Lewis, what was said to y'all at halftime? Y'all come back out and make those adjustments as the game progressed?
We know or the game plan we had would somehow work towards the end, but we had to make some adjustments where they kind of knew what we're doing because I feel like they've seen it before in other teams. So once we went back halftime, made adjustments, we felt like, all right, they haven't seen some of these, and that's not what they're used to. So it came to our advantage.
Lewis, I know they threw the ball over 50 times, but a lot of them were just dink and dunks out of the backfield and things like that. Really nothing over your head. How different is that, or how different is that play style to face where everything's kind of in front of you as opposed to maybe a play action offense where you're getting hit over the head with deep shots?
For one, with a team like this, it's kind of better to. Our defensive coordinator usually says, don't bite the cheese because most likely there's something behind you coming. And the type of offense they have is they'll show you something so you can bite it and then have something come behind you so you can throw it. And the goal was to have them throw it in front of us so we can just rally to it.
Okay, we're going to open it up for any further questions for Lewis.
Hey, Lewis, it's Connor Riley. What kind of effect did JT hitting those big pass plays have for you guys as a team tonight?
Those were, of course, huge. They were huge because Mississippi State's offense was scoring. They were scoring on us, but offense came in big time, made some big plays when it was needed. And for us, we just had to close it out towards the end, and they were huge.
And then what for you guys sort of changed in the second half where towards the end of the game, you do finally start getting some of those stops you guys need?
Oh, because like I said before, they realized what we were doing defensively and started, to quick throw, release it fast. So once we shifted to something we're used to, it kind of got rolling for us.
All right, any further questions for Lewis? All right, thanks so much.